Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to the first night of final presentations for our Winter 25 cohort, and congratulations to everyone's here today, so please give my people a round of applause. So here are some introductions for anyone that doesn't know us, but I think everyone in the room kind of knows us already. But so I'm Joaneliz. I'm the program manager for the EforAll program here in the Pioneer Valley. I've been doing this for about 5 to 6 years now. And then we have Tessa Murphy Rumboletti. She's right over there. And she's our director. Amazing. She focuses solely on fundraising for our nonprofit, of course. And then we have Maria Moreno, who is our program coordinator. And she does all things. And a lot of the entrepreneurs have met her already, so she's amazing as well. So who is EforAll? EforAll has been around for quite some time. Here in the Pioneer Valley, we've been here for about, 8 years now? 6 years? Wow, I've been here for 6 years.
We're in our 7th year.
Okay, cool, 7th year. But EforAll has a mission to support entrepreneurs in the early stages of starting a business. And how do we do that? We do that by providing a free 12-week accelerator program where the entrepreneurs are learning the back end of running a business. We also provide mentorship. Mentors are assigned to the entrepreneurs, and they're there solely to provide accountability, some guidance, support throughout the process. And we also provide an extended professional network. And what I mean by that is that our team, we pride ourselves on networking and attending so many events, and man, are we tired. But that benefits the entrepreneurs because a lot of entrepreneurs don't know these individuals, and we're able to, seal that gap and say, hey, I know that person, I can connect you. And we do so many other things. I mean, we also provide pitch contests, and we do those at least 2 to 4 times a year. And we use that in a way to connect with the community, kind of get out there, people that are not going through our accelerator program, meeting individuals, giving entrepreneurs who are not yet ready to go through our program an opportunity to get their business out there. Whew. So these are our numbers. So just in 2023, about 140 businesses have gone through our program. And out of those businesses, they've been able to generate over $2.6 million in revenue, which is amazing, y'all. So it works, right? These businesses have also been able to provide over 190 jobs. Again, the program works, A little bit more about the entrepreneurs who are going through our program. 68% of the businesses that go through our program are women-owned. I have a few women here, 95% are BIPOC-owned businesses, and then 16% are immigrant-owned. And these are the businesses that are going through our program. Even more gratifying, 70% of the businesses that go through our program are still active at year 3. And that's 8% above the US average, which is pretty amazing. Again, EforAll is a nonprofit organization. So how do we do this? We do this with the help and support of our partners. So without Santander, Mass Mutual Foundation, Citizens, People's Bank, MGCC, Bank ESB, Community Foundation, the Beverage Foundation, Davis Foundation, the City of Holyoke, and Liberty Bank. So all of these partners are keeping, and so many more, are keeping EforAll running. So please, a round of applause for just everything I've said. All right. EforAll relies on about 200 to 300 volunteers a year. It really takes a village to run this program. We cannot do it alone. As you see, we're a 3-person team. So we have mentors who help, specialists who help run the programs, will lead the topics. We have interviewers that help us select the entrepreneurs, readers that go through each application and help us score them. We have judges here tonight helping us. Our leadership advisory board that helps us select the entrepreneurs and awards. So thank you to everyone that helps, all our volunteers. And if you want to get involved, you can just see me or Tessa. And then this is our cohort. This is actually the biggest cohort that I've had. So 13 businesses. It wasn't until this cohort came in that I thought, damn, this co-work space is too small, because we have the co-work space over there in High Street, and I'm like, damn, this is too small, y'all, because I have 13 businesses and there's 15 in total. But we made it happen, and they've been amazing. So this is our Winter 25 cohort. All right, so why are we here today? We are here because our entrepreneurs have been working very hard the last 12 weeks. They've been learning all about their business, just identifying who their customers are. It's like, I always tell my entrepreneurs, it's like opening a bill that you don't really want to look at, right? You don't want to look at how much it is, when it's due. And this is what EforAll does. It gives you a transparent view of what your business is and where it's going. So that's what our entrepreneurs have been working on today, and that's what they're going to share. So you are going to learn who my entrepreneur is, what their business is. You're going to learn about the goals that they've been setting for themselves the past 3 months. You'll learn about who their target customer is, what their value proposition is. They'll talk about their 18-month work plan, how this business is going to work even after this program. You'll learn about the feasibility and sustainability, the organization operations, who's going to be working on this business, how is this business going to work. And they'll talk about a little bit about their social impact, their give back to the community, and then they'll share their ask. And this is what they need right now in order to move to the next phase of their business. So you guys see me walking around like I always do. But before I get into this, entrepreneurs, when you come up, I'll announce you. There's an X right here. Try your best to stay right at this X. You have a microphone right here. You can move it around if you like. You have your clicker. You guys will, once you're ready, you'll cue over there and you say, I'm ready, and you start clicking. You'll have 10 minutes. Jose over there will be holding these time cards. He'll let you know when you're at your 5-minute mark, when you're at your 1-minute mark, and then 30 seconds, and then time ends, okay? Once your time ends, the judges will have 10 minutes to ask questions as well, and same deal, we'll be keeping track of that as well. So judges, while you're asking questions, we'll be keeping track of time. If I see that there's more time, I'll let you know, hey, we have time for more questions, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna have the judges introduce themselves, and I'll start here with Shannon.
Hello everyone, I'm Shannon of Shandolls Beauty. I specialize in natural skincare, and I'm also an alum of the Winter 2024 cohort.
Hi, my name is Robin Wozniak. I am the Executive Director for the West of the River Chamber of Commerce, which entails West Springfield and Agawam.
Hi, I'm Mike Conley. I am the owner of a lot of things. I'm most known for Standout Truck, but I'm also on the executive committee for EforAll. I love all things entrepreneurship, and I'm happy to be here today.
Good evening. My name is Monica Torres, and I'm the Community in Special Projects Liaison for the City of Chicopee in the Mayor's Office.
Hi everybody, I'm Candace Pereira. I'm a commercial lender at Florence Bank. I do commercial lending in Hampden and Hampshire counties and work with small businesses like yours every day.
Thank you, judges, so much for being here tonight. I think most of you came straight out of work and right here, so thank you so much. All right, so who's ready to hear these presentations? All right. So up first, we have Pamela and Junior. Come up.
Yeah.
We're ready, yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Junior.
And I'm Pamela, and we are the husband and wife team behind JMP Visuals Photography.
We're also the proud parents of 4 amazing kids. Photography has always been very meaningful in our lives since we met back in 2017. One of the first things we did when we met was like buy ourselves a camera so we could take pictures of ourselves and document every milestone in our lives. But it wasn't until 2023 when I lost my job that we decided to take things seriously.
It was at that moment that we realized that we had 2 options: either go back to find another job or bet on ourselves and do something that we really loved, and that would allow us to be more present for our children. We understood the impact of photography because of what it had in our lives and being able to look back at all these important moments, and so we wanted to be able to offer that to others as well. So the goals that we're working on through the Accelerator, one of the ones was to build our brand recognition, and the way that we did that was to make sure that our branding was consistent throughout all our social media platforms. We also worked on creating new business cards and updating our website accordingly, and just being really intentional and presenting ourselves more on social media to connect with our target audience.
Another one of our goals was to book 3 weddings. We did not book 3 weddings, but we did secure 5 portrait sessions. We were also the photographers for the last pitch contest of EforAll, and we opened up our spring mini sessions. There are 8 spots, 2 of them are already taken, and we're working on booking the rest.
Another one of our goals was to improve our business operations, and the way that we did that was that we completely redid our website to make it more efficient and to make sure that the message really resonated. We also optimized our CRM to make bookings easier, and we changed gallery delivery services to just keep things more efficient.
Okay, for our customer and value proposition, our main customers are couples, usually women between the age of 26 and 45, looking to plan their weddings online or like to capture a special moment in their lives.
Our customers really value timeless, meaningful photos. They are looking for a mix of post and candid moments, and they want to feel comfortable with the photographers that they choose and have photographers that make them feel at ease. So our value proposition to them is that we offer clear and open communication all throughout, from beginning to end. We truly take our time to get to know their story and understand what their vision is, so we can make sure that we're capturing everything authentically. We offer 2 unique perspectives, being 2 of us, and at the end, they receive an authentic and gallery full of emotional images.
Okay, so this is our 18-month work plan. Our goal is to reach more customers, to create better opportunities for ourselves, and to build a stronger brand. And the way we're going to do this for Q1, we're going to be running more ads now that we understand our customer segment better. We're going to update our website. We're going to work on growing our social media. We're going to be offering our customers premium upgrades like albums and prints. We've also been working with with other vendors and planners to help us grow even more. For the Q2, we're going to be vendors at the Kinsa Fest. This is a part of our business that we've never really paid much attention to, but we keep getting inquiries for, and it's also something we love, so it's another option for us to increase our income. We've been working on building our email list, but we haven't really paid much attention to it, so this is where we're going to start doing it. We're going to put our e-commerce store live, and we're going to offer original, stylish merchandise to our couples. We've also going to work with other vendors to create stylish shoots and cross promotions, and we want to book 15. We want to secure 15 bookings for that quarter. Then for Q3, we're going to be attending the bridal show. This is something we've never done, but we've been getting closer with the people that put these shows together, and we've been like networking with other photographers as well to get the information that we need. And it's a great opportunity to put ourselves in front of our customer segment. We're also going to be creating holiday promotions and mini sessions, and we're going to explore business-to-business services like headshots and branding sessions.
And then for the other half, we are going to be focusing on scaling and refining, growth and optimization, and sustainability and long-term scaling. For Q4, we are going to work on securing 20 bookings so we can start 2026 strong. We're going to strengthen our referral partnerships with other vendors. For Q5, we're going to push more ads, work on our SEO so we can get those clients in and rolling. We're going to improve our pricing and workflow efficiency and expand our business-to-business branding services to secure more business clients. And for Q6, we're going to work hard to meet that 60 client goal, evaluate our financials, and adjust our pricing services as needed, and keep planning for beyond 2026. Big picture, that's what we hope to get to.
Okay, so this is our 3 to 5 year vision board. Our goals are to scale our business to $200,000 per year, book at least 60, secure at least 60 bookings, including quinceañeras, weddings, portrait sessions, and all the other services that we offer. We want to be able to pay ourselves $8,000 to $10,000 per month. We want to be known as a top photography brand in New England. We want to establish our business-to-business brand and offer high-end products to our customers. And the way we're going to get this done is we're going to make sure to attend all the expos throughout the year. We're going to work on our marketing strategies, like paying more attention to the SEO, to the way we put our ads together, networking, collaborating with other vendors, and yes.
Also make sure that we have a really strong referral program, not just from client to client, but from vendors as well. Our social impact. So what we do for our clients is that we help them preserve their legacies. We really help them build their confidence throughout working with us. We help them tell their stories. We capture their memories. We foster connections, not only with them, but with each other. We build meaningful relationships with them that go beyond just like our work with them, and we offer support and guidance. The way that we approach our organization and operations is that we use a very divide and conquer approach. I take care of the customer service and social media management. I lead with the posting and styling for our clients. I'm obviously also a photographer, timeline creator, and our bookkeeper.
I'm the lead photographer. I'm the one who edits all of our photos. I'm in charge of our gear. Like, I make sure it stays clean, it's working and ready to go whenever we need it. I'm also the website developer and the marketing expert of the team.
And then together, we work on our business strategies and creative vision.
Now, to achieve our goals, we're aware that we have to make some investments. One of them would be we need to upgrade our camera. It would just be good to have like a backup camera in case something happens to the main one. It also helps us to like offer our customers better quality. And this camera right there also provides like a safety net because it has like 2 slots for 2 SD cards. So we can always back up every session that we work on, and we don't risk losing any photos. Another investment that we have to make and that we've noticed that it's very important is that multi-range lens. We need 2 of them. And especially for events when you don't have the time to be switching lenses and like because you're either too close or too far from the subject that you're like trying to photograph, and it would just help us to provide better service and quality to our customers.
And then we are looking to be vendors at the Western New England Fall Bridal Show and at the Quince Fest. We do need to register as vendors for that bridal show, so we understand that it's going to be an expense, but we think that it's something that is going to be really helpful for us to be able to connect with a large part of our target market in person and just connect with them right there. Because we've never been vendors before at an event, we know that we are going to need marketing materials and possibly rentals like tables and tablecloths. So that's how we put together our ask, and we are asking for a collective of $3,000 to be able to help us to get to that next level in our business. So thank you for your time, and that's all.
Thank you. Questions?
Oh, where am I going? I forgot.
All right, judges, you can start with the questions.
Every time I thought of a question, you guys answered it. You were very thorough.
Thank you.
That's good. Thank you.
Do you know who your competition is?
We do know who our competition is, and we have actually reached out to them so we can try to partner as well.
We're working with them too.
Well, that's a good idea.
I've got one. What is your basic pricing, and is it in competition? Is it aligned with your competition?
Yeah, we've been doing our research, like before we price ourselves, we did our research to like see the prices of other photographers in the area and make sure we were like in that price range.
Perfect, thank you.
Great job. My question is, so you want to get 60 customers, I think I saw. What's the plan to get those customers?
Well, like we mentioned, we're gonna be like, now we like know our customer segment a lot better, so we know how to craft our ads way better. We are gonna be improving our SEO on our website. Also networking, that's something that we had never done before. So we've just been building our business through like Facebook ads. We recently started networking with vendors, planners, and collaborations.
Yeah, one last one. So 200K.
Mm-hmm.
Why that number?
We feel like it's a realistic number for the 3 to 5 years vision. We've done our numbers, and I feel like if we stay consistent with everything we mentioned, we will be able to get there.
Last thing. The question here, and I may have missed it. What's the social impact of your business?
For our social impact, we have a few different things that we feel that we really bring to the community and our customers. We help them to be able to to secure their legacies, right? So a lot of people don't understand the power that photography has until, for example, it's the last photo that you have of that person. That is something that we have seen personally through doing this for others. We'll get a thank you, we'll get a message like, oh, hey, you did our wedding, and then, you know, so-and-so passed away after, and this is the photo that we had, and we love it, and thank you so much. So that is something that is really impactful. We also help people build their confidence. Like when we are in sessions, there's a lot of people that come in and are like, we don't know how to pose, we don't know how to feel in front of the camera, I'm nervous. And I get it, because I feel the same way in front of the camera all the times, even though I'm a photographer. But we work through them, and by the time that they're done with us, they just feel confident and they feel better. And so, yeah, that's just some of it.
They've also end up becoming our friends. You know, we've created a relationship with all of our customers.
Besides building memories and whatnot, I know coming from the world of sporting events and whatnot, is that something that you guys would offer within your packages? Besides, you know, weddings and all that stuff, like branch out a little bit outside of that. Would that be something you consider?
So when we first started the program, we were really weddings and portraits, right? And throughout, we started seeing that there is a much broader world for photography. And at this point, we're not necessarily opposed to anything, really, as long as we're making the money, right?
Yeah, wise man said that to stay in business, we have to keep generating money, so.
Yeah, go where the money is. So,
yeah, exactly.
quinceañeras, you said you've been approached.
Yes.
It wasn't
Multiple times.
It wasn't top on your business plan, right? Mm-hmm. But being approached by people wanting to hire you for those, you know, those events, you being approached by them, you grab that bull by the horns and go where the ask is, right?
Yes.
Also with businesses, I need new headshots every couple of years.
Let us know.
You know,
We have business cards.
large companies might hire you to come in and do all the employees' headshots, or, you know, so I guess basically just go where you're wanted and needed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and in that way, like EforAll was like really helpful, because that's something that we would never do, network and all of that. And we've been networking, meeting like amazing people like throughout this program. And that's why like it's opened up our eyes to all these other options. So
Great job.
thank you.
Thank you.
Sometimes they'll just make one comment. I'll go to an event and there'll be somebody like you there and they'll be taking photos for free and kind of, for business people or whatever. I'll email this to you and then, that's another way just to get your name out. Sometimes you might not make money, but it could still be worth that like networking opportunity or getting your name out there.
Yeah, the pitch contest that we covered for EforAll, I tried to do that. Sorry, Jane, I already shared the link. I shared the link to a few of the businesses so they could start posting their photos, and a lot of them have tagged us, and so yeah, it's been nice.
So let me just add a cheat code to that. Yes, give your services for free, but when you send that email, you tell them, here's the link to your photo. If you're looking to book us for this, this, and this, here's the link to book us. Because when they see the photos, they'll be, oh my God, like, oh, my team needs headshots, my da-da-da-da-da. So that free thing should turn into a paid gig every time. If you're giving out this free thing all the time and you're not making money back, switch that strategy. So you're not a charity, you're a business. So your free is just a hook. Your free is not to be free.
Something that we did like that it was for free, it was like just come here to Holyoke to photograph the St. Patrick Parade. And then we uploaded those like photos to like our page and then shared them to like the Holyoke group, and we got a lot of traction with that. So like I felt that was also good to do for the community.
And that's because you guys' work is great. I'm not knocking any other photographers. I see a lot of stuff. People show me a lot of their stuff, but you all have a unique style. So that's what I'm saying, make sure you turn that traction into business. Tell people how they can do business with you. They're not by default, if people are just saying, oh, these are beautiful photos, and they're not doing business with you, that just means your marketing message is wrong, or your sales language is wrong. So make sure you test, and that's more important, testing the marketing language and sales language to turn it into either leads or customers.
All right, thank you for that.
We have room for one more question.
You guys got a question?
Us?
Yeah.
No?
Not really. We just hope that we were able to answer all of yours.
Thank you.
No, thank
All
you
right,
guys
great
for your
job,
time.
y'all. All right, so while the judges take down their notes and do their scoring, I'm gonna go over some commercial breaks. And great job, by the way, you guys killed it. I'm so impressed. So my entrepreneur, so you guys have just wrapped up last week. So we have another Accelerator program coming up. So if you know someone that is an entrepreneur and they need a little push, a little help, send them over to us. The applications will be closing in May 8th. So if you know someone that might need a little bit of assistance, please send them my way, okay? Again, Thursday, May 8th, we'll be shutting down the applications, and it's an easy process. You go online, visit EforAll.org, and if you're not from the Pioneer Valley, we have several sites in and out of the state as well. All right. So Jose over there, he's going to make sure that he holds those time cards up and high, right? All right. All right. Good, good, good. All right. So I'm going to have Kahli make his way up here. Let's hear it for Kahli.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Is this button? Okay, all right, just make sure. All right.
And when you're ready, let us know.
Okay, all right, I'm ready. Hello, everybody. My name is Kahli Hernandez. I am the world famous Artoonist, and I'm here to explain to you why I'm part of the EforAll program and how it's helped me. So, who is the Artoonist? Moi. I am the Artoonist. I was born in Brooklyn, and I ended up moving to Springfield, Massachusetts. And at the age of 28, I decided I wanted to take art seriously and become a full-time artist, and I've been doing it for about 3 years. So, what's the business? I do a lot of different things. I've made coloring books, I've made paintings, ran programs, written grants. I've done a lot of different things. and I didn't know how to marry the business of everything and the art. So joining EforAll definitely helped me out to become a smart businessman. So what's the vision? So my vision, value proposition is to serve communities, organizations, and individuals through arts and art services. So I want to continue to do that and put that under the umbrella of the brand, The Artoonist. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So when I originally did my Accelerator goals, I was focused really heavy on like the social media engagement, but the foundation of what I've really built the art business off of was organic outreach. So I'm going back to basics as far as moving forward with elevating my business. And since I've started EforAll, I have gained over 100 followers, and that's just from organically meeting people and just do a lot of handshaking. And what I want to do also is to inspire and cultivate creatives to kind of just do the things that I've been doing to impact, the community. Sustainability. Cash rules everything around me, right? And hard data is really important. And doing EforAll, we did a lot of surveys and we did the forecasting. And that helped me out so much because I didn't have the hard data for all these things that I was doing. So I was kind of everywhere. To actually have, actual data that supported some of the ideas I had or didn't support some of the ideas I had, I was able to come up with numbers as far as, 60% of my customer segment are actually full-time workers with up to $250 of disposable income that they're willing to spend on art. So that actually helped me organize like, okay, I can make a product or a service in that price range. And then also, at the end of a solo show or an exhibit, 80% of people were willing to spend up to $10 to $50 on a keepsake or something they could walk away with. And these are just another, diagram of the cash flow from creating art. So, write a vision, make it plain. For operations, I'm the engine, right? I'm the person that's running everything. I'm going to continue to vend locally, and then I'm going to branch out to bigger things. I also want to give back, continue to give back the way I have been, keep writing grants and kind of just fueling the business itself, and create unique showcases that you can't really get anywhere else. Okay, so we're gonna go really fast, the social impact. There's a lot of slides I have to get through, so just bear with me. All right, so this is Worthington Street mural. I worked on this mural for about 2 months, and during that time, I got to experience the downtown community, and we talked to so many different people, and I actually got the opportunity to work with John Simpson and City Mosaic, and it allowed me to kind of just beautify my city. I love Springfield event, so I did this event in 2022, and this was a family event I wanted to work on and provide for the community that kind of just brought everybody together because the reputation of Springfield is not that great, so I wanted to kind of shine the light on the good parts of Springfield. The Blank Canvas exhibition was another project I worked on in Northampton. It was a 4-day event. We ended up doing roughly 1,000 people to come in through the community work hours to come and paint on the walls in Northampton, as you can see here. And then we ended up doing a celebration at the end to kind of celebrate the thoughts, the ideas, and the emotions that people had. Birth of an Artist is a program I co-created with a Queen's Narrative, and we were working with young women artists from the ages of 12 to 18, and this was to inspire them and show them that they were able to make a living and be career artists. The Kaleidoscope is a networking event that I did as well, going back to the roots of providing an organic meeting between artists. Artists usually silo themselves and they stay to themselves and work, but this was a way for them to come together and build community. The Northampton Chalk Festival, I do this every year I can. I did it for 3 years, and this is another way for me to kind of have a social impact on the Northampton community and the businesses. So doing this helps beautify the city and also just handshaking and talking to people and building that following and branding. This was a collaborative between 8 Black artists, and this was the catalyst for a lot of students from like SciTech, Upward Bounds, Commerce, and then also the Clemente House, and this was a catalyst for artists that allowed them to be able to kind of just blossom and grow and cultivate other artists. This is the Upper Bounds program I did a paint and sip with, and this was actually the catalyst that ended up being, excuse me, let me gather my thoughts. This ended up being an opportunity I got from the previous slide because I was working with students and allowed them to express themselves artistically. The world famous Artoonist Art Heist is a combination between an art exhibition and an escape room that I combined together, and it was a collaboration between me and Stick, and I worked with the Stick students, I worked with the work study students, and we came up with this, and it's a unique experience you can't get anywhere else in Springfield, and it was covered by, I believe, three newspapers, and then 2 media outlets, and we eventually ended up getting a handwritten letter from the mayor saying, keep up the good work. The ask, right? Project funding, I don't have a number specifically because the things that I do are very experimental. I don't know all the parts all of the time, so I left that blank. And then materials, anything helps from canvases, markers, paintbrushes, erasers. I'm always welcome for those. I have a couple projects I'm working on. The collectible card project, Mike, you know about this. And I'm building that right now, so any funding for that would be great. A new computer setup. My computer's dying. I need some help. So if anybody has a computer at home, I'll take it. I don't care. You have to buy me a new one. And then to start branding more, I want to get some T-shirts made and kind of push and elevate my business because it's free advertisement, it's affordable to get into, and then, you know, it looks good, right? Questions?
I do have a question. So when you say grant writing, what type of grants have you applied for? And it's for yourself, right?
Yeah, so a lot of the projects I come up with, and actually some of those slides, like the networking event that I had done, I actually had to write a grant for that. Even the I Love Springfield event, I had to write a grant for that. So they have open submissions for Mass Cultural Council, and then you submit a project with your project narrative, and you have to put it in a budget. You literally have to do everything, and then they'll approve you, and that's if they want your project. Yeah.
Do you have you thought about projections, or do you know like anything about the finance piece of it all?
So when I did the forecasting, I did forecasting for live painting, actual paintings I create, and I believe prints. And I think at the end of a year, I would profit roughly around $71,000. So art is extremely profitable if you want to get into it, and the cost is very low, but you have to be skilled enough to do it.
Can you make money from the grants?
Yeah, absolutely. You can pay yourself with those grants. Yep. Absolutely.
So who are your customers?
So my customers are people who like me, right? So going back to the organic outreach and like talking to people. So everybody who I talk to, that's a potential customer. And I constantly do that at every vending event I go to. Every time I meet somebody, they're meeting the brand every single time. So I got my brand ambassador. I got my heart I wear it on my chest and everything. So I try to make sure I'm constantly doing that and growing that viewership.
Great job.
Oh, thank you.
So in a world where today grants are disappearing and freezing, and the landscape's changing rapidly, what would be your financial plan to fund your business without grants?
So without grants, it's so funny that you're saying that, because that's like the opposite right now of the situation that's happening now. They're adding STEAM, right? STEAM is the STEM program, but they're adding art to it. So that's actually like going to flood the market as far as art is concerned. But I do other things, right? I do graphic design. I make coloring books. I literally engineer products. So I'll consistently be able to make money in the arts because I generate so many different things. And this is just an umbrella for it. So I can pivot at any point and I do a lot of critical thinking. I do a lot of problem solving. That's constantly what I do daily. So if the money goes away, it doesn't matter. I can take a piece of trash and turn it into something. Yeah.
Nice work with your chalk walk. We actually did that last year for the city of Chicopee. We got a grant and we called it the Love Walk. And students came from the high school, from the art class, and they beautified the sidewalks, with positive affirmations. So when people would get off and visit City Hall, they would read and, sometimes uplift. So what you did there, great job. Keep doing it, because it's really, really nice. And if you get students and kids involved, that would be great too.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely, all
great
the time.
work.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
So basically, you find grants to promote your art, community art events, right? Is that basically what you're doing? And then besides that, you're selling art, you're creating the coloring books and doing all that. But it's you creating these art workshops and events and like the chalk. Is that, am I right?
Kinda. So like opportunities do come to me sometimes, and I have to go look for them. So like the blank canvas exhibition I did, that was a part of the art program at AP Gallery in Northampton, and they do these sets of programs, and then you propose your ideas. So I have tons of ideas, and people are looking for them. So I just go submit my idea, and then people pick them up and then say, "Hey, we like this."
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Got it now.
Okay.
So my last question is about running your business. So you said that you're a one-man show.
Right.
That's cool. But I'm gonna steal this from Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. He says, what happens if you go out and get hit by a bus and then the business is over? What's your plan to put a team in place? Are you planning on put a team in place? And if so, what's the plan to do that?
So that's eventually what I would like to get to, but I have so many ideas and things I have written down. I could write a manuscript for programs and then give them to you. So if my brain works, I'm good. I don't need everything else. So that's pretty much how I plan to do it. I've thought about it. Trust me, that's been nice, trying not to get sick and make sure I'm working out and doing everything possible to kind of make myself in tip-top shape so I can continue to do this. But if something does happen, I have things written down that I have art, sketchbooks that I could sell. Like everything can go. It's just.
So I love that.
Yeah.
But in order to make sure that your work lives longer than you and beyond you, and I used to be, for a long time, I used to be a one-man show.
Right.
And even now, like I can, because I have a thinker's mind like you, and I could see it and boom, 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 boom. My challenge to you is bring someone else on your team to help you execute. You'll get where you're going faster, and the cheat code to it is bring people on that are better, faster, and smarter than you, and trust them to do that thing. So when everyone looks at Standout Truck and how rapidly it grew, it looks like it's me, but it's not me. I have an incredible team that I lean on, and then I use my intellectual property in my mind to guide them. The vision's mine, but start to bring people on, because I learned this sitting in the ICU. It's like you don't plan for the things, and I'm not wishing anything negative.
No, yeah, that's understandable.
You don't plan for the things, but build a team. It doesn't have to be super expensive. It doesn't. Just find ways to delegate tasks to other people that they could execute.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, thank you. Not yet. So if your friends, family, anyone, we have some people streaming in live. Anyone has any questions about the application process, or is this the right fit for you? You can always contact me, and that's my phone number. Or you can email us at Pioneer Valley at EforAll.org. And we have a great team. We have a co-work space. We're willing to sit down, meet with you, have some coffee, sit down, and just chat. So we can get you in the Accelerator program, or maybe we know some other programs that you might benefit from, because we have so many other organizations that we work with that have programs as well. So Catalina. So we also offer this program in Spanish, and Catalina is the one that runs that program, and she has some things going on as well, and I'd like to share. She has a showcase and celebration that's happening for her cohort, and that's happening April 23rd at the Basketball Hall of Fame. So please come to that as well and support our Spanish program. She also has an event that's happening April 30th, and I love this. So instead of doing the pitch contest, she's hosting a networking event where she's welcoming entrepreneurs to come in, and I think they even do a workshop, and they go over how to pitch your business idea, and they have a lot of networking that's going on. So if you know anyone in the Spanish community and they want some networking, they need some help, some guidance, have them come over to that event. And if you have any questions you want to follow up, just send me an email and I can provide you those details. And then she also has an Accelerator program coming up. Same deadline, May 8th. Again, if you guys know any Spanish-speaking entrepreneurs who need some help, send them over to us. Are you ready, judges? All right, so let's Rose. Yes, when you're ready, let Jose know.
When I'm ready? I'm ready. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rosejoan Rivera. I am the proud founder of Joaneliz Transportation Services, doing business as Joa's Reliable Rides, carrying transportation for the golden years. Before I get into everything, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Holyoke. I was a teen mom. Needless to say, it's really hard. And I know throughout the process of like the interviews and the classes, I've repeatedly said, we're here, obviously, because we want financial stability. But I'm here as well because I want to leave a legacy. Let me breathe. I think my main purpose is to teach my kids that it's never too late to start when you're passionate about something, when you really want something. Also, I've had quite a few people that they're no longer here with me, but they also showed me that when you care about something, when you're passionate about something, when you give it your all, when you work hard, and you don't forget why you started something, you go with kindness, and you're very compassionate, you'll get places. When I first started, I wanted to be realistic. I didn't know what I was getting into. I knew I wanted to be a business. So my main goals were to create a logo, which I did. I wanted to create a website, which I didn't, but I started with a Facebook page. You guys can follow me. I'm gonna do great things with that. I wanted to register as the Women's Minority Business Owner, still working on that. And I am very proud and glad to say that I am in the process of purchasing my first van. So now I have new goals. With the Facebook page, I want to start creating short content. Thankfully, I know someone really great for that. I want to give the business a face. I want them to see who I am. I want them to know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And I want to stay in contact with people. And I also want to start going places, meeting with people, 2 to 4 families or centers a week. So that way they know who I am, what I'm offering. I just want them to have a person, not just a website, not just an email. I want them to see me and hear it from me. For my customer, I'm gonna keep doing this. For my customer and value proposition, they say private. I'm focusing on, seniors that live with their families, their children, their sisters, and independent living. Although they do have services for like appointments and stuff like that, I feel like they're missing out on so many things. And I want them to continue living and having fun and doing things for themselves. Also, with that being said, my value proposition has a lot to do with giving them a door-to-door service or door-through-door. I want them to know that there's going to be a nurturing environment. It's not just me getting you in my van and dropping you off. I want them to know that I care and that they mean something. I want them to feel safe with me. And by doing so, I'll be giving the family members peace of mind. They know they could go to work, they could continue living their lives, bring their kids to their sport events, do something, their parents are being taken care of. And support their needs. It's not just appointments, it's not just volunteer work. There's so much more they could be doing. This is just a little example. And I've seen this personally when I see them alone in a bus. There's so many risks. They could fall. They could be standing out there in the heat or the cold for too long. And then the other picture represents what I want to provide. I want them to be smiling. I want them to be happy. I want them to feel like, oh my God, she came and she picked me up, and now we're going to have a little conversation, and then she's going to come get me and bring me home safe. For my 18 months, so obviously I'm starting. I can't leave my job. So I want to start with 1-2 seniors per day in between. I'm sorry, I forgot to say that. I'm currently a school bus driver. So in between, I want to be able to just have 1-2 customers per day, and then start promoting my businesses, whether it's Facebook or events or centers. Right after that, I want to increase my hours of service by adding, 2 more clients a day. And then eventually, I would like to start working on a contract with an independent living facility. I feel like that would give me a lot more clients, but that would be more like for social events and stuff like that. By the 4th quarter, I am hoping I could focus full-time on my business. And then from there, start transporting 10 to 15 seniors a day from like 8 to 5. And then eventually I want to purchase a second van and hire a driver so I can increase my business. For this part here, it was a little difficult for me. We did sheets and stuff like that, but I got to keep it realistic. I'm starting as a part-time, so I'm expecting my numbers to double after the first year. That's meaning when I purchase a second van. Giving them full transportation, 10 to 15 seniors per day, each van. And I'm not expecting to break even until the second year because my clientele needs to grow. For my organizations and operations, obviously I'm gonna start by myself. I am looking forward to just getting into the senior centers and the healthcare centers and just start spreading the word. I know social media is a big part, but word of mouth works good as well. So you're going in there, you're talking, they're seeing you, giving them brochures, business cards. They'll be able to read me as well and see if they actually feel comfortable with me, which is really important to me as well. For my social impact, obviously, we all want to give back to the community. I want them to have access to a unique, caring, and reliable service, and by that, I'm trying to reduce their isolation. I've worked with seniors before, even though I was providing a meal service, and I see how alone they could be waiting for someone to get home, and I wish I could just eliminate that, but we're going to work on that. I want them to maintain their independence and have a better quality of life. And I want them to be able to do all the things we do on a regular basis, go to places when they want to go and have a little fun. As of right now, like I said, I'm in the process of purchasing a van. I'm looking for it. I just haven't decided which one. And like I said, I'm starting, but I would like to make my van wheelchair accessible. Right now, the bifold ramp is up to $2,000, depending on where you get it and what the quality of it is. and I have $1,000 saved up for that. So I'm asking for $1,000 to complete and be able to purchase that. And last but not least, I would like to connect with people. That's the email, the phone number for the company, and my Facebook page. If anyone knows of anyone, organizations, people that could guide me through the right path so I could start connecting with others, I would love to hear from you. That's that.
So I'm gonna say I will be reaching out to you.
Thank you.
Because my mom, she is very independent woman, but she is also going a little vision impaired, and sometimes it's difficult for me to kind of get her places, and she relies on transportation and whatnot. So having services like yourself and the passion for the older adults, it's very nice. Also, I know that you've mentioned that, you know, having connections and whatnot. The city hosts some various events, and we do have vendors come out and table, and for the community to come out, and it's free. So that would be another way of marketing your business and connecting with communities. So I will be
Thank you.
getting that.
I do have a question. So what happens if your business grows really fast? How will you handle that?
I mean, one can only hope, right? I feel like I'm completely ready if it grows to take the next step and just keep going along with it. When I started in EforAll, I think like everyone else, we were focused on something, and then I realized that I had to take a step back and be realistic. So what can I do in the time being and still, you know, be able to provide and, you know, work and pay my bills and stuff like that. So I did realize that I had to just be realistic and just kind of like stick to one or two at first. But if it, I mean, God willing, if it takes off, then I'll be ready. And then, you know, that second driver will come in. But I just want to make sure that if it's someone that shares my beliefs and has the same passion and cares the way I do.
That's a perfect segue into my question. Why do you care so much about this sector? Or these people, I should say.
Okay. So when I started with the business idea, like I said, I've been a school bus driver for almost 9 years. I only have one living grandmother. She lives in Puerto Rico, and I only wish she would have access to these services. But when I started my business idea, I was focusing on the children, obviously because I have the experience. But then working for Meals on Wheels and having that interaction with seniors every day and seeing the way they live and the things they do. I was doing anything from like opening their milk to getting rid of their trash and helping them out. And it's just like they need so much more help. And if I could bring a little spark to their life by just giving them a ride wherever they have to go and making their day and making them feel cared for, who wouldn't love that?
So that's a great answer. And I'm going to just jump into my second question, which is more like a statement. So you talked about working with organizations, and you talked about word of mouth marketing. So when it comes to your marketing, what you just said right there, if you could articulate that in a commercial, in a Facebook post, on a billboard, on a postcard, whatever, that love and passion you have for the elderly and wanting to transport them safely, that's where your money's gonna come. So because you're really gonna be competing against some really big players in this space.
Yes, I know.
And in order to, what they don't have, they might have they started like you, but when you become a corporation, sometimes you lose that love. But if you could tie that love and passion into your advertising and marketing, you'll be able to carve yourself a space, a piece of the spaces out there.
Thank you. I agree. That's one of the reasons why I feel like I was guided since I was a little girl. It's not only working to make money. I mean, that's great. It's always great, but never forget why you started in the first place. So,
Make the money.
Yeah, we got to make the money.
Have you considered like the cost with insurances, liabilities, and whatnot, like all these extras that come with such
Yes,
company?
And it's not going to be cheap. Yes, and one of the reasons, again, why I said I wanted to start slow is because I want to know that I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be able to afford that. Plus, there's nothing wrong with just getting a little extra insurance for something, especially when you're transporting people. Yeah, it's got to be some money.
I think there's definitely a great need for this, especially like with people aging in place at home more too. And I think that would be a great market to tap into. And I was wondering, and I like how you're going to plan to accommodate for people that have disabilities, obviously aging people, but just anybody with disabilities could potentially use the service, I'm assuming. Are you planning on financing your vans, and then you would have to hire somebody if you did get a second one? And how do you see all that working? Because the vans are expensive.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So as of right now, if I'm completely honest, once again, I'm starting. I'm looking at something that potentially is perfect, is good. I'm not quite sure about financing yet. I don't think I want to get into that in the starting of my business without knowing how it's going to take off. I know there's a great need. I know there's a market for it. I know I could have a lot. I get a lot of like people telling me, oh my God, yes, my mom lives with me. My dad lives with me. And I want to make it happen. And I would love to take the risk. But as of right now, it's not that I'm playing it safe. I'm playing it smart.
I have a question. So are you going to be doing like long trips, or is it just going to be like to doctors, or like what type of transport, like expand a little on the transportation? So would you be doing, if maybe a senior wanted to go, I don't know, to New York, are you going to do like long trips like that as well, or just maybe shorter in the area?
I would definitely classify that as a social event. That's what I'm trying to do, not just, to a senior center or to the park. I mean, once again, it's a business, so if the money's there and they want to take a trip to New York, we're going to New York.
We have room for one more question.
I want to piggyback on that too, because you said it's going to be one van and 10 trips a day. Like, how's that work?
Well, for starters, I'm going to focus on appointments, social events, and volunteer work. And me being a bus driver, I was also a dispatcher for a year and a half. I know how to work my routes. I know how to work my schedules. I know how to set everything up for me to make that happen. So I'll be able to accommodate people, depending on their needs, like who needs to go where and at what time. So I know I have the mentality to work with that, and I'll be fine.
Can I get one more round of applause for all the entrepreneurs? You guys did an amazing job. Super proud. Super proud. So now, guys, showcase and celebration. We have 2 more nights, but on April 22nd, we are going to be celebrating the whole cohort. Please come out. They're going to be setting up their services and products. You guys can actually see them in action. Come have fun with them. We're going to have some great food, some great vibes. This is a free event. Bring the family. It's going to be at the Basketball Hall of Fame, again, April 22nd. We have an Eventbrite where you can register. That's just, giving us a number of how many people are going to show up. But if you don't want to do Eventbrite, just show up, and it's fine with us, okay?
But we love when you sign up in advance.
Yes, we do, because we want those minutes. All right, and then this is going to be our keynote speaker. He's actually going to be the one that's going to be catering, Andrew Brow. I'm excited about that. He did an amazing job catering. The spread was so delicious. So he's going to be our keynote for that night. Going to give you guys some words of wisdom, give you a little bit of his story background. We're going to do, again, networking showcase, and we're going to award some prizes. And if you don't already, please follow us on our social medias. Once you type up EforAll, you can see there's going to be several sites that come up. So we're EforAll Pioneer Valley. And then thank you to our judges for coming out tonight. And again, thank you to our mentors, our volunteers, our readers. I swear we cannot do this without you guys. So thank you so much for coming and supporting. And we're going to be here tomorrow night again. So if you want to come out, come out. All right, thank you guys.